What do you want to talk about? The hockey stuff, I guess?
Don't you think hockey is first and foremost these days?
It kind of is right now. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. Last night, I'm like, I just want to watch a Colorado game. Like, I wasn't even, like, interested in the Blues game. I want to watch Klim and some of the young kids and just see what they're doing and what their mindset is, and they just go lay an egg. And I'm flipping back and forth, and Colorado's not playing, well, they're playing great, but they're down by 1. But the Blues just get spanked right off the bat. And you're like, oh, God, oh, no. What a great way to end the season. Getting smoked. Minnesota didn't have that many guys in. It was Kiprusoff even playing in that game. I don't even know. He didn't do anything if he did. But the point is, they were down. I'm like, I'm done with this. Like, it's just going to piss me off, and I'm done with it. And then Kate's like, no, Cam, no. Be the free spirit.
Stick with them.
Cam.
Have faith.
Be happy. Happy, Cam. I'm like, yeah, Kate, you're right. Be happy, Cam. And I'm like, I'll put that back on. And it's like 3-3, and I'm like, oh, snap. So then I go back and see all the goals, and the boys came back out, and they did their thing. Fun to watch.
7 unanswered is hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do in any setting in the NHL. So we know the matchup now. And I was kind of diving into some numbers today before the show. Every once in a while, I'll do my homework a little bit.
Good.
And I'm just wondering, it doesn't matter now, but we were talking about, is it going to be Vegas? For a while, we all thought it was going to be Vegas. Now, obviously, it's Colorado. And I just wonder, matchup-wise, what do you think? I was going through the games. Remember opening night? Where the Avalanche, they're the Stanley Cup favorites, and the Blues boat race them 4-1.
Yeah, I remember that far back.
Okay, but that was opening night. A lot of eyeballs on that game. Do you remember what happened the next game against Colorado? Because remember, we're playing these 2-game series, 8-zip.
P-pumped.
8-zip, Colorado won. So I was just going through. So the Blues won the first game. They lost the next 5. There was also that weekend where they played them really tough, but lost both games during that losing streak. And the Blues came back and beat them the last couple times. So you're looking at a 3-5 series versus Colorado in the regular season. Colorado with the President's Trophy on the tiebreaker with Vegas. I still think this is going to be a hell of a series.
It's going to be 7 games.
I agree with you.
They're going to kick the crap out of each other. Look, if the Blues want to be successful with this team, first and foremost, you have to be able to balance the physicality with the stupid penalties. Okay? There's a balance there. We want you to hit. We want you to get in on the forecheck. We want you to be extra aggressive when it comes to the physicality. Stay out of the damn box. Not to mention, and I always say this, guys, when you take a dumb penalty, it's very – when everybody on the bench is like, oh, God, like the next guys are going up or ready to rock, and all of a sudden you take a stupid penalty. You're
fun.
Like, oh, cool. No, I didn't want to go out there. No, I want to stay here.
I wanted to play defense.
I want to stay here. I don't want to play. No, I don't want to play. I don't want to get my groove on. That and another thing is, like, Ryan O'Reilly's going to be out there. What's he going to do? He's going to get in the lane. How is he going to get in the lane, Charlie? Is he going to get in the lane like, go on through? No, go ahead and shoot that puck through. No, he's going to be like this. I'm going to block this with my face, with my ankle, with my hand, with my pinky. And Nathan McKinnon's like, oh, you want to do that? Okay, this might get blocked, but you donezo, homeboy. And that's going to happen and happen and happen. And not to mention they're going to score 50 times. Stay out of the damn box. But within saying that, you got to play physical, Charlie Marlow. You know all about that.
That's the Blues
Toledo
mantra
boy.
As well. Of course, we play very physical.
In
Toledo with the walleye and all that. But if you think about the series this year between the Blues and the Avalanche, that's been the difference. The difference is not 5-on-5 because the Blues are right there with them, 5-on-5. The difference is when the Avs get on the power play, they just destroy the Blues.
They kill you, dude.
This year.
And it's weird. Another thing on top of that, to be honest with you, you know what wears you out in games? Let me give you an example real quick. The other day I told you about...
if you stay up the night before, that probably wears you out.
And you meet people and you do things.
You meet nice people.
Nice people. It's
interesting
so weird.
people, friends, new friends.
It's so weird how you meet so many people on the road. Here's the deal. If you're getting a good night's sleep, it doesn't matter. But look, if you're on the PK, the biggest thing that wears you out is like stopping and starting, man. The other night we played a limb night game against a bunch of sponsors and big hockey fans that do a lot for the St. Louis Hockey Hall of Fame.
Let me guess. Just like Nashville, you beat them 12-zip and they had no fun, and you injured all of them.
We had the puck the whole time. But Scotty Rupp, who's in charge of the Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame, which I'm an inductee, of course, first ballot, by the way. Funny how that works. He's like, no, we're playing them, and they need to know what kind of pressure we could put. So Andy McDonald, myself, and
Don't
Soupy,
they know that?
They do, but they need to feel it, damn it. They need to feel it.
This sounds more like a bunch of retired NHL players that need to feel that they're still a lot better than other people.
It was such a lovely experience for us. Who cares about them? It was such a. It was so. Who cares about the sponsors? Who cares about the sponsors? We made them laugh. We had beer, pizza, and wings. We had everything afterwards. But we had the puck. I remember last time I skated. It's been like a month because I got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm very important now.
Busy man.
So last time I couldn't even. Chaser was all over me. I'm like, Billy DeWitt, the third's out there. I'm like trying to get him a backhand sauce. I'm like dying. I'm trying to back check. I was miserable. That whole day I was miserable. I had like a panic attack when I was getting my hair cut. But this time, when you have the puck the whole time, and you're just like, I didn't even take a stride. I'm like, there you go, Andy Mac. Oh, hi, Soupy. There you go. Oh, Scotty. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, here, Jamie Rivers, or whatever the case is. And we ran their show. I didn't even get a break of sweat. My point is...
What was the score?
82-3.
So these are sponsors.
Oh, Jesus. They laughed.
But they donate the money to make this all possible, and you just destroy them.
Yes.
But you
ding,
give
ding.
But you give them pizza and wings.
Yeah, exactly. And then we tell stories and we talk about our greatness compared to theirs. No, we love them all. It was hilarious. It just needed to be done. But I think I'm making a point here. I'm trying to figure it out. The point, here's the point. When you're penalty killing, you stop and start and stop and start and stop, and that's what gets you. These poor guys, these poor souls, were stopping and starting. They lost 40 pounds each, which is a good thing. They're all a little bit older, and that's great. So it all worked out in the end. Don't stop and start on those damn penalty kills. Stay out of the damn box, but be physical.
Speaking of, great take.
Horrible take.
Speaking of Andy Mack,
yeah.
Andy McDonald's kid is part of that TPH Center of Excellence. He's about 13 years old. You can tell. You can tell some of these kids are studs, man.
So funny,
even though they're only about 12, 13, 14 years old.
I always love it when the guys bring their kids out. And they're so hard on them. And not like, anytime a kid comes in, I'm like, whoa, I go sit over here. I just sit down, let me look at you.
Sit by Uncle Cam.
Sit by, let me talk to you, let me look at you. What do you got going? I love it so much. So I'm the guy that pumps him up. Where Andy Mack will give him that local, don't you do, and he's just trying to hold in. Where I'm like, you did good, man. You did good. I don't know. I love that so much. But those guys are so hard on their kids, it's unbelievable. But they know what to do, man. They get it. So it's fun to see all those kids. It's fun to play hockey. It's fun to dominate. But you got to stay out of the box. I'm still tying everything together, by the way. Blues and Avalanche, Monday night. What's up, baby? I love it. Are the Avalanche going to beat the Blues? I don't know. Is Vegas better than Avalanche? I don't know. Could we match up better against Vegas? I don't know. But throughout the season, I'm like, if you shut down McKinnon, I don't know, and you put shots on net, and Benner does his thing, we have a chance. It's going to go 7, baby.
How about this? I often read from our guy,
yeah,
because we love him. Jeremy Rutherford threw a tweet out a couple hours ago about NHL playoff fan capacity with the news, of course, great news today, that the Blues, we thought it was going to go from 4,100 to 5,000, and now we're at 50% capacity.
Why do you think that is?
Well,
because I bitched about
it's because you complained, just like you got Hoffman going earlier in the year.
No doubt about it.
You also had the Cardinals increase. You got the mask mandate lifted for people that are vaccinated. So you have a lot of positives with COVID all around the country and locally. So JR threw this out there, and this is subject to change because obviously all these different states and whatnot. Look, the Blues just changed from 5,000 to 9,000 today, but Nashville's the top capacity at.
Where they be?
A little over 12,000.
Oh,
but guess who's second now? The Blues. You wonder if some of these other states are going to now ramp it back up. But Colorado and Vegas. Colorado 77.50. Vegas 75.67. And then I see at the bottom here, Toronto, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg.
They can't even go get a haircut
with a goose egg. But here's the deal.
It's crazy up there, man.
We did say that we thought if the Blues played Colorado or Vegas, it wasn't going to be 100% fair if they get the 75 number, 7,500, and the Blues get 5,000. And now the Blues have a little bit of an advantage in that category because they're going to get 9,000, and Colorado's going to get about 77.
Here's what I want to happen. Now, Vegas, Bill Foy, who we had on the podcast, is like, no. Who do I need to call? I want 15,000 now. And then other people are like, no, I want that. Nashville. Like, oh, yeah, Florida, down in Florida. You go to Dos Santos down in Florida and be like, dude, can you hook us up? Like they're all going to come. I hope so. Do it. And then poor Montreal, and they're all like, well, after they complain they used to bitch about U.S. Oh, God, all the Canadian media, like, oh, way to go, U.S. You guys are so, like, irresponsible. No, yeah, how are we doing now? Like, figure it. Like, just hold your tongue. Hold your tongue until this all starts. Mind your tongue. Like, who are you kidding? You came and get it. Like, I feel bad for them because I'm losing money off the podcast because of it. Go ahead.
That's the most important thing.
No
if
doubt.
you're losing coin, that's no good.
All good.
That's no good.
It's all good.
But
I feel bad for them, man.
Let's be real. There's some peer pressure involved in this.
Big
and
time.
I say that not just from the federal level, but when one state all of a sudden ramps it up, okay, or if it's and I know we talked about the indoor versus outdoor,
yep.
but if
we
you're the
still
Blues,
don't know, but go ahead.
If you're the Blues and you say, wait, Cardinals are at above 50%, way above. If they're getting close to 30,000 in a building where it's about, what, 45, 46,000,
yep.
and the Blues were at about 25% capacity, you understand why the Blues are going to officials and saying, hey, what's the deal here? And so I don't think it's a coincidence that you have some of the federal regulations from the CDC being lessened. You have other teams starting to increase. And you know that somebody, if you're playing your game and you're going, look, we're about to play a team and we only have 5,000 and they got 8,000. What's the deal here? Let's try to figure this out. And,
we'll just break it down for me.
As other teams increase, I think you're going to see other teams going to their officials locally and being like, hey.
Does this mean 4th of July we're going to be able to hang out with our family?
Small gatherings.
Is that what it means? Oh, thank God. I can't wait to have a barbecue for the first time. So funny, man. But it's good. It's a good sign to see that. It was very bizarre when we saw that I don't know, what's it called? When it pops up and you're like, oh, the Blues have more people coming. And you're like, oh, yay, what's that called when that happens? Like
an increase?
No, like just like a pop-up, like, oh, hey, everybody, the Blues have this, the Blues are allowed to have...
A press release?
Press release.
Okay.
Jeez Louise, help me here. So we saw that, Charlie, and we look at each other like, oh, my God, yes. And then we saw the Cardinals, and we're like, oh, my God. They're like, it's going to be from 4,100 to 5,000. We're like, what?
We're going to go from 4,100 to 4,125.
It's so degrading. And you know what else they're doing because they're listening to the show? I'm telling you this right now. Those stupid-ass cardboard cutouts of the media members in St. Louis that the boys don't even know who they are.
Just hold on. Because for a while that was revenue. And some of that different teams going to charity.
Wait. The cardboard cutouts were? How?
You had to pay for those. The fans were paying for those. Some of these different sporting event teams had those going to charity and all that. Whether it's SLU, whether it's Cardinals last year, Blues.
Why didn't you tell me this 2 weeks ago?
Ask your boy Andy Strickland because the other day, it was last week. Last week I was at Enterprise Center on the day the Blues could clinch, but they didn't. And I sat with Andy for a good 45 minutes chatting, and his live location in Enterprise Center is amidst all the dogs, all the dog cutouts.
Such ridiculous.
So people would probably pay what? You're paying $50, $60, $75 to have your little dog cutout.
Okay. I want you to keep your money and spend it on something else within the organization. I don't want to see your cutout. Braden Shin, when he comes on the ice, and I'm speaking for him, this is not his words, is looking around saying, oh, that's somebody else's doggy. I'm going to get somebody tonight. I'm taking that puck to the net. Oh, my God, that media member's here? Although it's not him, who I don't even know anyway. Oh, the guy that asked me stupid questions.
On Zoom.
That's his cardboard cutout. Oh, my God, I'm going to go score a goal tonight, baby. Let's go. Monday's happening. It's going to be late. Suck it up. Let's see what happens. This could be an interesting year. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, last year, were we really into it? Like, were we really into anything last year? The bubble? Were we really into that? Oh, Jim is. Of course you are, Jim. Jesus Christ.
The answer is no, but here's the question. You weren't. Is it more so because everything sucked with COVID and the bubble, which it did?
Yes.
But also the Blues really never showed up. The Blues really never showed up in the bubble
Even if they did, look, even if there's good hockey going on, it was so bizarre to see. It's just not the same. So now you're in your individual rinks. You have if people play Vegas, what's Vegas going to do? You don't think those boys in Vegas and the ownership in Vegas is like, nah, I know we got 10,000, but we're going to make a spectacle out of this damn thing. We're going to put money into it. It's going to be this, that, and the other. We're going to put a show on for the people that haven't seen a show in a long time. So now I'm like, oh, I'm interested. You got fans hitting the glass, going crazy, flipping people off. That's what we want.
Brett Hull, nipples.
Where's Brett Hull at? Can you fly him everywhere, please, and just isolate him? Just see what he does. Get him some go. Simple. It is simple. So that's what's going to be different, man. Just to see more emotion, affection, the fans happy. Can you see them smile? I like to see people smile, Charlie.
Me too. And I do think...
Unless you have beat-up teeth.
That's where for some people, the masks, look, if you have bad breath, if you don't brush regularly, which you all should, or let's say you like to go take a liquid lunch. Let's say you're at work.
A protein shake?
Let's say you go have a couple of drinks and go back to work. If you have that mask on, it's tougher for your coworkers to realize that you've just had a couple drinks, right, with the mask.
I see where you're going with that.
I'm just saying you have to use the positive.
So anyway, in the morning, oh, my God, my breath's kicking. And you put your mask on, I'll talk to anybody. But they don't know who you are, so no one's talking to you anyway because no one sees your face. So
here's the deal, though.
Is there anything else we could talk about? Is there anything else going on?
Not really.
Not really, eh?
Cardinals, big series win over the Brewers, taking on the Padres. That should be a hell of a series. Preakness, and I know that Jim Padden has a lot of takes on Bob Baffert, but the fact that we're getting to 50% and over 50% capacity, I think that's a huge game changer. Because even though at the beginning the Blues were getting 300, and then you got what? You got 1,400, and they're over 2,000, and then they get to 4,100, and it was going to be 5,000. But 25% capacity, it's a nice start. But when you get to 50 and over,
there it is.
It starts to look and feel like a real game because every once in a while you do have a game that's not attended that great. So at least it's going to feel like a real sporting
event. Can I give
you
an example?
It won't have the playoff fan intensity because almost every playoff game is sold out.
Sure it will.
Oh no, it'll be close.
No, it will be.
Okay, but it'll be. Look, I'm
not number wise, but
yes,
emotional wise.
correct.
Because a guy. So here's my point. And here's a comparison I was going to make. So you go all summer long, you're skating with the boys at Centene and Patty. We're all skating together. Da 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 da. We chirp each other. We're all intense and we fake fight each other. We do everything, and it's like, okay, we need somebody watching. And all of a sudden you go and you play in these little training camp games and stuff like that. But then you go to that first preseason game that it's half filled. And you're like, oh, snap, baby, what's up? 5 months, no one looking at me. Oh, I'm going to get my groove on. How's my hair? How's my stuff? I'm going to twirl that stick on the red line, and I'm going to chirp because I know I see people looking at me. Dude, I am telling you. When there's 4,000 people with cardboard cutouts everywhere, you're like, I don't know what's what. I hate all y'all. But when you have it half full, hey, what up, big boy? I see you, homie. I see you. So when you have it half full and you're cruising around warm-ups, like, oh, I feel it now. I see my family. I see this. I see that. Oh, dude. Man, look, you play for your teammates. You play for your organization. You play for the crest on on the symbol on your chest. But you're playing for them fans, bye. Whether it's that good old boy in the 300s or it's that dime piece in the 100s that's staring at you. Hey, I might have a boyfriend, but he looks kind of nerdy. I'm cooler than him. I'm going to put on a show.
No.
That's what you do.
I was saying this as a positive because I think when you get to over 50%, it starts to look and feel so much more like an actual normal game.